Ladies and gents, welcome to the losers finals. This is going to be actually a best of 3. I know it shows best of 5. Let's fix that. There we go. 100 pounds are on the line, and in the blue color we've got Chechos. In the teal, it's his buddy. I'll be Rapier. Together they are Cholteon. His display name is SA Cholteon after all. They're playing as Cutter and Yap Yap. We've got a very similar thing on the other side, but this time no Yap Yap. Sean is playing as Cutter, and Skynard over there in the yellow is Decimus. And Decimus is actually a leader that I haven't brought up in the pre-match theory crafting. He can be interesting. If you can really secure your second base and just sprint Banshees, you know, through the 10th minute mark where you drop in your Decimus, I think that can be very potent. But in the early game, it might be a little bit more rough. You'll have to do some stuff with your hero and vortexes. You can do that without, you know, losing out on buildings, because Vortis doesn't have, Decimus doesn't have a way to heal his buildings. Without engineers, you should be in an okay position. But typically speaking, this is a Cutter and Yap Yap kind of map, in my opinion, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from Team Blue, who would arguably be the more experienced one. Now, why does that work? Why does that Yap Yap Cutter thing work? So first off, you get the mini bases very easily, and Yap Yap can just go up to 3 minis without too much issue and spam out the cannon fodder, hoover up all the resources around the map in crates, and then just go after the power nodes while still getting a second extractor. All you gotta do is don't open with the chopper, because that makes it a lot more difficult to actually afford the minis. Or you can just send over the cannon fodder to tickle an extractor, and later the follow-up can really hurt that. Cutter drops, your own methane boys, the two together, especially because the methane weakens the enemy buildings. That's one of the reasons that this is a good synergy between the two. But as far as the opposing team goes, Yap Yap into Decimus is really good here, because you can tickle this building, and like I said, they're forced to make... Oh, nice one. They're forced to make engineers. Anyways, the Marines in the middle are doing a little bit of capturing. Obviously, this is going to end up being a sniper war, where they're the deciding factor. Team Red's a little bit ahead with the power nodes, but for how much longer? It seems like there's just a sniper count difference. Cannon fodder already tickled this down to half health because of the tier 3 boys joining in. Now, of course, with the chopper rams, they're not going to be around for much longer. But hey, if they can tickle this all the way to the red bar state, 4 sat engineers, that is already a huge achievement. These are 3 units. John is putting down another generator, but I don't like that he's putting it next to the other. This is heaven for another Cutter to deal with. You just have to zoom in a little bit to place your satchels right there, and then they won't lock onto the buildings, right? 2 for 1 with the ODSTs, and then you bring in later your archer missiles as well. You can do it across, for example, like hit them down the line like that. That would definitely hurt the double generator a lot. We got Siphon, but it's not going to save individual Marines or even snipers necessarily if they're focus fired on. The choppers are going to engage the choppers, that's fine. There's plenty of Marines here to support as well. If they were to push in, maybe with Vortex I could have done something, but I highly doubt it. The numbers just don't align. And Mr. SA Cholteon here has upgraded choppers, so they're a little bit better. Not going to be able to go for a fast tier 2 because of that, mind you, but neither is Skynard. His second generator is only now coming in. Do you remember how early it was that Cholteon had his second generator? That was ages ago. It's just massively ahead because of that. Good split here. Most of the snipers are staying alive. Team Bruce crushing, guys. That's brutal. That's it. Team Mexic OP. Ladies and gents, welcome to game number 2. We've got Chechos. We've got SA Cholteon together. They're Cholteon. And they're playing as Anders and Arbiter. The standard for this map in 2v2s. We've got Shanagon on the other side, and we've got Skynard. They're playing as Arbiter and Isabel. I don't fully understand the Isabel here, but I'll theory craft a little bit in a second. Let's first just explain why Arbiter is the meta here. Now, Anders is a good combination with that, but Arbiter, because it's the defensive map, right? Like, I mean, look at this rush distance. It takes forever to cross the map. It's supported with tons of garrisons. Just so good. If you stick snipers in as the UNSC, you guys are probably going to be safe, right? There's 3 mini bases in the back, so there's plenty of production to back up the main bases. You just put 1 turret or 2 if you absolutely have to, and you'll be giga safe. Now, expanding is super easy because it's literally within a stone throw's distance. No problem. The other base, similar. It's a little harder to reach, but similar. And then that means that Arbiter can macro. Cool. So not only do you have a good defender's advantage, with UNSC snipers covering you against infantry spam and heroes, but you got Arbiter, who is basically unbeatable in defending, right? All he has to do is have a good army that's, you know, reasonably countering the other side, and then you just do your Conduit of Rage procs every opportunity. You have to be patient, have to let your guys use the full time of it, but, you know, together with Stasis, together with your Arbiter Heroes proc, you can basically just constantly have it on as far as reality is concerned in the game. It's not constantly on, but if you win a set of fights with those, and they're really strong buffs, by the time your opponent has another army, you've done your job. Your abilities are back. You can do it again. But Arbiter is not actually unbeatable, especially earlier on. You know, you're definitely on the weaker side. There are windows of opportunity to hit you, especially getting doubled on in 2v2 can be rough. So your opponent has to be really on point. How can you further improve that defender's advantage? It's Anders. Anders deploying Kodiaks, going for Sentinel Beacon, and then Sentinel Synergy to further boost that. I mean, good luck breaking it. Good luck. Still, very well coordinated attacks can do it. It's not completely foolproof. You get a Super Sentinel later to do counter punches. If they're underprepared with anti-air, they're going to be in trouble. UNSC usually ends up being a good target because I mean, Wolverines aren't all that good against super air. But that's where Arbiter comes in with the Reavers, with Conduit of Rage to help chase. Teleport if you absolutely must. Anders is just a solid anchor to support and help and harass a little bit. Anyways, what about Isabel? What does she add to this whole equation as the players are just capturing the power nodes? There's really not much happening. Like I said, it's a very defensive map, right? So sometimes good to explain strategy as well, not just do the play-by-play. Isabel could, in theory, add seriously powerful Warthog aggression here. to the mix. If the counter units aren't quite right from either side, then they could pick off the mini bases, run loops around the back, and suddenly you have a massive economy that allows you to put down an extra generator as Isabel, and you can get your tier 3 tanks out. Now that can be absolutely devastating even to an Arbiter, because if those tanks end up meeting together with snipers, together with Alice, who's the best anti-infantry Spartan, well, the only one as well, but that's anti-infantry, that weapon, it's got bonus damage. So hunters aren't as much of a problem, your tanks are going to be shielded, right? So they're going to be even less susceptible to nonsense if you go for the best offense. Support with a little bit of engineers from Arbiter and your own shielded Nightingales. That's an insane army. So you should be able to push through, and tanks don't care too much about Kodiaks until they're very high in numbers. Let's see what Skynard can pull together with that. Also, Isabel has pretty good late game potential, but I don't think that's necessarily the most important part of her. You know, that uber late game stuff probably isn't critical, because Arbiter is just going to be better at it. But Isabel has good chances, I would say. You know, all with heavy metal, vultures, they're getting healed. And then there's combat salvage to get them back after they die. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get to that point. I mean, look at these ghosts, they're insane. Cholteon's made, Cholteon made 18 of them. So they're right now beating the Warthogs. The Warthog play never came into play. So I'm explaining all this theory, but meanwhile, 3 power nodes are captured. And they might just overwhelm the space, because there's nothing here to stop them. Ghosts aren't good against buildings, but it's 18 ghosts. It's basically full pop. There's also a Spartan supporting. Spartan can just go and take the Warthogs, by the way, if the guys want to, but I guess the Rams are gonna do the trick. The ghosts are faster than the Hogs, so they could chase if they wanted to, but I think it's just more prudent to destroy the base. It's fine. Quickly get it done and then be happy with what you've got, right? Expand behind it. This is a massive, massive lead, so I don't think that honestly the guys were ready for any of this. Hey, why did the Arbiter get such low health? What happened? Whatever happened, I didn't look. Just kinda trying to stay alive, but life is difficult. There's no Nightingales coming still. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any. So, short of stasis, this is not possible to save. Yeah, Skynard's selling everything. The base is dead. Perhaps they can get the Spartan kill here. That should be doable. Very early Phantoms, I highly recommend against them normally. Until you are set up. Once you have like air level 2 and infantry level 2 and conduit level 2 or 3 with several abilities supporting, now that's a position to be in where you are going to be like, oh yeah, Phantoms are actually sick. The units within are going to gain veterancy super quickly, because they're technically standing still as far as the game is concerned. When you stand still, you gain veterancy. When you move, you do not. Very disgusting bug in the game. But that's how it is. And I do think that these garrison units just gain it too fast anyway. But like you saw, it's very easy to destroy them in such an early stage. Ideally, you'd be sitting under shielded, turreted with upgrades, bases, right? And engineers supporting them with bubbles and whatnot. don't have those things, then it's kind of easy to take him down. How are these guys doing? Oh, Chetros is ready to call in the Super Sentinel. We're gonna make this a quickie. Just needs to lose some units first. Could donate those hogs after the mini base is down. I mean, look, Team Red is not ready. They've got 0 anti-air. They're gonna die to the Sentinel. That's... I'm sorry. I wish they didn't have to, but this is gonna be a quickie, I think. Super Sentinel into GG. Huh? Checho's just spent all his power. What the hell? What's he going to do? Tier 3? He can do both things. Okay. There's still not gonna be any anti-air, right? I mean, neither player is preparing for it. Wow. The other time the elites got dropped in, they didn't do that much, but this time, this is nasty. I guess it gets defended pretty good. Nonetheless, Chechos is ready for another round, just needs to lose 1 unit. Come on, Chechos, send in your hogs. Oh, this'll do. It's time. Spartan is right there to support against any anti-air. You can steal Reavers or Wolverines or whatever. Although the ideal solution to the Super Sentinel always is Vultures. It just hits a little bit too early sometimes to get there. So in 2v2s at least, your banished buddy can support you, but not here. Already took out the turret. And there's still no anti-air. The anti-phantoms aren't going to be much help. Unless some of them have grunts in it, but even then. Oh god. Meanwhile, SA Cholteon is loaded up on his own phantoms. Just recognizing the fact that there's no anti-air. He borrowed it. Okay. So much for the borrowing. Spartan's dead. Skynet has no more units. It's probably gonna be it, guys. Yep, they are giving up. No problem. Might be 2-0. Cholteon moves to the grand finals. They're gonna get a rematch there against the Frenchy team. However, Probably Drunk is still third. That's not bad, right? GG's. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.